Hey, good morning to you on this Thursday, November 7th. It is just before 9 o'clock here, and Virginia this morning is loading, getting ready for the day. I'm Amy Lacey. Today, Bill Bevins and I are delighted to have you tuning in.
I thought you were going to say I was loaded there. So, no.
No, not today.
Not yet. Anyway, Amy Lacey and I are proud to be your host of this one-of-a-kind show. We are here, and we're ready to share a walkthrough through another great hour of programming we've got for you today.
Can you even believe it, though? We are rolling through the month, and we are talking about so many holiday events and just getting to that time of the year. I'm kind of ready for it, but I'm also kind of not.
Ready for what?
For the holiday season.
Oh, is that coming up?
See, blissful ignorance right here, potentially.
Ignorance is bliss. There we go.
I need that, so.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm like, I know you.
He's at a loss for words.
I'm trying to think.
Here.
I'm not. Yeah, it'll be here.
It will be here because you know there's nothing we can do about it. So you know we can just keep up with the calendar,
Well,
or
you can jump ahead, and you know you can start celebrating New Year's now and do whatever. But I'm like a day-to-day guy.
Okay, well that works for me too. Maybe I need to live a little more in the moment.
There you go. That's the positive way. It's not that I'm unprepared or not thinking ahead. I'm living in the moment.
You are staying in the moment, and here I am already looking to the end of December. So
Time is passing me by.
there you go. Well, it is customary for us to share a few highlights of what's coming up on today's show. Art for the Journey presents Artful Play, Pickleball for a Cause, to raise funds for their mission to transform lives through art and community engagement. Lauren Paulin, the Director of Youth Programs, is here this morning. We will have that conversation coming up a little later on today's show.
Got some examples of that art over there. I didn't see. Wouldn't you think they'd paint a pickle?
Well, for pickleball, maybe a racket?
No. Like a, you know.
A pickle.
A dill.
A dill. Yeah.
Okay. We'll find out.
Maybe a bread and butter.
The 68th Annual Commonwealth Veterans Day ceremony is coming up on Monday, November the 11th at the Virginia War Memorial. Ben King, the Director of Operations at the Virginia War Memorial, joins us this morning. We'll talk with him coming up in about 15 minutes or so.
Okay, so here's a fun entry on the food holiday calendar for today. Ladies, listen up. It is National Men Make Dinner Day. This should be every day of the year, but it is today on the calendar. What would you be including on your 4-course menu?
I don't cook.
He's living in the moment. He's not even thinking about dinner time.
Salad. I can do a mean salad.
Salad is delicious.
I do a salad.
I bet you can grill really well.
I can grill okay.
Okay.
So we got salad, grill. I always say between Mrs. Fearnow and Mr. Ucrop, that's how I've stayed alive over the years.
Well, I mean, they do it for you.
Yes, exactly. So, I'm probably a Ucrop's pie.
So we can go to the Ucrops Market Hall and put it all together. That's what we're gonna do.
We can. Yeah, I thought it was me, but you're gonna help me with it.
I'll do the grocery shopping, and then you can actually prepare the food.
Even better. Okay.
To all the men out there who may be looking for something to cook tonight, you can't go wrong with a one-pot creation. Here's a virtual recipe featuring an old-fashioned Dutch oven beef stew that is sure to please. Check it out.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
All I could think of was open wide for chunky. Man, that looked good.
You liked that. So the day today is, if you are just joining us, it's National Men Cook Dinner Day, when it is National Co-Host Cooks Dinner Day. I will make that beef stew for you.
Okay.
How about that? You
All right. I'm going to look for that on the calendar. And we're going to look for you to stick around for a little while. We'll be right back with more Virginia This Morning. All right, happy Thursday to you. We're over the Wednesday hump, and Friday is just on the horizon. It's going to be another great day here in Central Virginia. I'm Bill Bevins. Amy Lacey is here. We're excited to share the morning with you.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. We love allowing you to come into, I should say, we love that you allow us to come into your homes each weekday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. This is a conversation, us talking to you, you talking to us. We love it so much. Let's get started today.
A lot of folks don't realize we can actually hear when you're speaking to the TV.
Yeah, we can hear what you're saying in there.
Thanks. All right, just in case you're just tuning in, this is the time we share a recap of a few features that you will see on our live show.
Lauren Pollen is here to tell us all about Art for the Journey's Artful Play, Pickleball for a Cause. You don't want to miss that conversation coming up.
Ben King from the Virginia War Memorial joins us this morning. There's a good salute, and we'll talk with him about the 68th annual Commonwealth Veterans Day ceremony that's scheduled for Monday.
Well, before we head to break right now, we do want to check in with our friends at the Good Feet store.
This segment is sponsored by the Good Feet store.
With Thanksgiving just around the corner, many of us will be spending extra time on our feet in our houses cooking. A lot of cleaning, gotta polish the ceilings, or hosting family gatherings. It is so important to prioritize your foot health during this time. Here to tell us more is our friend Nia Davis, social media coordinator with the Good Feet store. Yeah, the company's coming. We gotta, the amount of cleaning that, that most people go through because somebody's coming is a big deal, and it's a lot of work, and you're on your feet.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's important that we feel okay. Take us through some steps of what people that are having foot pain can do to make sure that that's not happening this Thanksgiving.
Well, the feet are the foundation of our bodies. So with this holiday season, like you said, a lot of people are on their feet for long periods of time. So by coming in the store, going through that free fitting and test walk and trying on the supports, we're able to help you during this holiday season avoid having that foot, knee, hip, or lower back pain.
It does make a big difference. All right, so those who haven't been in, take us through that and how the steps go. I know you've got somebody you want to show us that has a pretty good problem, a pretty bad problem, and you helped them out.
Yes, her name is Crystal, and this is what she had to say.
My life has changed. My life is back. I feel, I know I'm 66, but I don't feel 66 anymore. That when you have pain, it diminishes the things that you feel as though you can do, and I don't have that feeling anymore. I feel vibrant, I feel alive, I feel wonderful, I feel amazing. And it's all because of the arch supports. They give me what I need. It was an investment. I'll say it like this. It was an investment into my life, into my feet, into my body. It changed all of that. It was one of the best investments, I will say, that I've invested into myself. I know this sounds funny. I feel as though I could work another 36 years, but I would not. But as long as there's good feet on my feet, I'm good. I'm good. I'm totally good.
Fantastic story there. All right, how easy is it to incorporate the Good Feet supports into someone's life or into their shoes?
It's very easy. They fit in all of your shoes. So when you wake up in the morning, you put them in your shoes, and you just go about your day as normal, and you're able to avoid having that foot pain, knee pain, or any lower back pain that you may have been having because you're putting those supports in your shoes. Like we said, with the holiday season, you're always on your feet. So with the supports, they're able to bring that comfort that you need.
Makes a big difference.
Yes.
And people, not everybody immediately, some folks immediately feel the difference. Some folks, it takes a couple of tries. Let's talk about that and how people can come into the store and give it a try, and how long does it take?
So it takes about 30 to 45 minutes. You'll come into the store, you'll sit with the arch support specialist. He'll take you through the personalized fitting process. You'll actually be able to try them on that day, walk around the store, and if you love them so much, you can leave with them. So you'll be able to come in, it's super easy, and just try on the supports.
It's not a one-size-fits-all either. They actually measure your foot, and that machine that they had years ago, I hadn't seen one forever till I went back to the Good Feet store. They actually measure your size, and then everything is fit for you.
Yes, they're personalized for you.
Personalized for you, fantastic. All right, let's talk about the locations, because I know you got a couple in the area.
Yes, we have one in Midlothian and Short Pump. You can just go to goodfeet.com and book an appointment. It's there.
Yeah, book an appointment and then give yourself, like you said, 30, 45 minutes, maybe a little longer, maybe a little bit less, depending on your situation.
Yeah.
But one thing we do know, you're going to feel better. Your feet are going to feel better, your knees, your hips, your back, everything is connected right down there to the base. It makes a lot of sense. That's your foundation, so you're going to feel better.
Yes, of course. During this holiday season, you want to.
Yeah.
You want to be able to enjoy the time with your family.
Now, I appreciate you coming in and giving us some great information from the Good Feet store. All right, the store has 2 locations. We just mentioned that in the Richmond area, one out in Short Pump, the other over in Midlothian. For more information, please give their team a call, 804-494-8805, or visit them online at goodfeet.com. They're also on social media. Virginia This Morning is coming back in less than 3 minutes.
Welcome back. Monday, November 11th, of course, is Veterans Day, and that is an opportunity to honor and remember all men and women who have served or continue to serve in every branch of the United States Armed Forces. We say thank you for your service and your sacrifice.
Absolutely. The Virginia War Memorial will host its 68th annual Commonwealth Veterans Day ceremony this coming Monday, which is Veterans Day. Here to tell us more about it is Ben King, Director of Operations at the Virginia War Memorial. Ben, this is interesting. Some folks get confused and they say, well, didn't we just do that in the spring? I went, no, that was Memorial Day. We're talking about folks who are still with us, who are serving or have served.
Yes, so Veterans Day is all about celebrating and remembering veterans who have served on behalf of the nation. And so what we'll be doing at the War Memorial is honoring their service and celebrating their commitment to giving themselves to a greater cause.
A lot of people don't have work on Monday, so they have that opportunity to come out and experience this celebration. What will the ceremony include that they can expect that morning?
The ceremony will include a keynote speech by a general by the name of General Brito, who's in charge of the TRADOC Command. There will also be music by a band called Gentlemen South. We will celebrate each branch of the military, and then at the end, for the first time, we will be sharing lunch with the public, barbecue that's being offered by a Marine captain.
Nice.
So it's going to be cool.
All right, there is free parking there.
That's right.
Tell us how that works.
That's right. So there's free parking at the Virginia War Memorial. You can come. We can park in our parking deck. That's absolutely free.
How many spaces are in there?
170.
Okay. Nice.
So you definitely want to try to get there early.
Yep.
But there will be places to park. And there will also be lots of young service members from our local military bases. So there'll be lots of veterans there, there'll be young service members there. It'll be a celebration of veterans and just the very American value of serving. I mean, what an honor.
This is the 68th year
Yes.
for this event. So this is a long-time tradition.
Yeah, oh
in
yeah.
Richmond, just since you've been with the War Memorial, you've been there a few years now, how
Yes.
has this change, grown, and just, really become what it is today?
Yeah, well, I think that what really is significant is just how much we share in the maintenance of the value of service. There is a quote etched into the stone at the War Memorial that goes as follows: "Tell all who enjoy freedom of the deeds and sacrifices required for freedom to flourish." And that is such a uniquely American value. And any chance we get to come together, open our hearts, and celebrate that American value is a real honor and a gift. And so I would say over the past 3 years, we've just gotten to share that more and more deeply with our fellow Virginians and Richmonders.
When we were starting the show, we were talking about you, and you gave us a salute over there. And now that guy's been in the service. I saw that salute. What branch of service were you in?
Army.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go Army.
And officer?
Oh no, I was. I like to say the bottom of the middle. I was I ended up as a sergeant.
Okay, very good. And obviously, you served. Did you tell us you served in Iraq?
Yeah, I served in Iraq from April of 2006 to 2007. For any veterans out there, you'll know that as the time at the beginning of the surge. So it was a very kind of intense time where we were doing our best to achieve the mission.
Well, I tell you, it's interesting to me to get to meet military. I was in the Army Reserves during the Lincoln administration, and you meet folks who have been in the service, and there is always that kind of, I don't even know if it's a culture, it's a society, there is that bond that happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's definitely there. And whether I asked you what service you're Army. Obviously you're very proud of that.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you say ask a Marine or a sailor or a Coast Guard airman, it doesn't matter. That's what they did. They're very proud of it.
Yeah.
And it is a service to something greater than oneself. And that should be recognized, and that's what we're going to do this coming Monday.
Yeah, Bill, I think you're right on. I think of that connection as the very earliest aspect of who we are, which is the idea of sacred honor, which are the last two words of the Declaration of Independence. And that sacred honor is truly an act of giving of oneself. And whenever you've done that over time, which people who served have, that's, I think, where the link comes. And I also think there's a lot of friendly ribbing that goes along with it, too, because we can take it. So,
definitely.
So on Monday, veterans will come out, other people, too, who've not served, but just a great way for everybody to come together and be a part of that community.
Yeah, we are going to share in open-heartedness and gratitude for those who have served.
It's such a gorgeous place. If you have kids, grandkids, nieces and nephews, definitely bring the kids, because this part of our society does not go on unless other people in the future get the idea and get the concept of country and service.
Yeah, share in the love.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We really
Appreciate you coming in today, and continued success in a beautiful place, the Virginia War Memorial.
The Virginia War Memorial presents the 68th Annual Commonwealth's Veterans Day ceremony this Monday, November 11th at 11 a.m. at the Virginia War Memorial. This is an outdoor event located there at 621 South Belvedere Street in Richmond. You also have the opportunity to watch this program on CBS 6 on our 6.1 and 6.3 channels, or you can stream it on our station website, wtvr.com.
Now we want to share our latest conversation with the owner of Active Medicare Solutions.
This segment is sponsored by Active Medicare Solutions.
Enrolling in Medicare coverage can be a daunting task without guidance and assistance. Craig Rasmussen, the owner and founder of Active Medicare Solutions, joins us to share how their full-service firm is here to help. Hi, Craig.
Hey, good morning, Amy.
It's so great to see you because we are a few weeks into open enrollment now. How is Active Medicare Solutions helping our community?
Absolutely. This has really been the busiest year we've seen so far. I think it's because of the changes due to the Inflation Reduction Act and a lot of changes to Medicare Advantage benefits. we're seeing a lot of people coming in and making some changes this year for sure.
What are you seeing thus far? What are some of the big questions folks are bringing in for you?
Yeah, a lot of people are wondering why their Advantage Plan benefits are changing so drastically. And the good news is not every carrier out there is changing their benefits drastically. So you definitely want to take a look at your book that you get in the mail that goes over your changes so you're not surprised in January. Also with the Inflation Reduction Act, the donut hole's going away for the first time next year. So we have a huge influx of people that are reviewing their drug plans and really want to learn more about the new drug plans and how they work. So really anyone that has a drug plan should review it, and anyone that has an Advantage Plan really needs to take a look at those benefits, and if some of those benefits aren't the way they used to be, know that there are solutions out there.
Any other changes that you're seeing?
That's it. You know, those are the two that kind of stand out the most, just the changes with the Advantage Plan benefits and changes with the drug plans.
And you are here in Henrico County, also some other locations in the area. Tell us more about your locations, where folks can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we work with primarily Medicare folks. We have an office, and the nice thing again about working with us or someone local is there's an office, right? You don't just hear me on the phone and then we're gone. You can walk in, we can service you. But we have one in Henrico, right next to the Grapevine Restaurant on 3 Chop and Church. We have one out in Mineral, Virginia, right in the fire station there. And we also have one in Colonial Heights, and we have one in Richmond. So we've got it pretty covered to be able to service a good part of the greater Richmond area.
And reviews are free, which is the perfect cost. How can someone schedule one of those reviews with you?
Yeah, and we always talk about that too. There really is no reason to call a 1-800 number or answer the phone from a solicitor when you can work with someone local. You can give us a call. The phone number will be at the end. It's the 804-874-6000 number. And then you can also go online, and I think there's a button that you can click to where we can get back to you and do a review. Oftentimes just a 10-minute phone call is great, right? A lot of people do the phone calls. A lot of people like face-to-face. We can do Zoom. We can also do telephone. But either way, you're working with someone local that we understand the market, and we can provide you service year after year.
And people have so many questions this time of year. The service that you provide is invaluable. Then to find out also that it's no cost is even more amazing, because this is the way that folks can get the answers that they need.
Absolutely. Again, there's really no reason to call one of those 1-800 numbers or talk to a salesperson on the phone when you have local people that you can reach out to.
Well, if you have some questions at home that you want the answers to, we're going to pop up that information on the screen. Active Medicare Solutions is located at 11057 3 Chopped Road in Henrico County. For more information, give them a call. Here's the number, 804-874-6000, or visit the website, activemedicaresolutions.com. Connect on social media, too. And don't go anywhere, because Virginia This Morning returns after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back, everybody. Virginia This Morning loves being everywhere you are, checking in with you and seeing all the fun and exciting things that you've been up to.
Please continue to send in your photos so we can share them on our show.
Okay, we're going to share some cuteness for you this morning. Ann Ellis is excited to have a new granddaughter in her life. Oh, thank you for sharing. This is her daughter and her grandson, Tyson, baby Delaney. Oh my goodness, just so precious. Congratulations to you.
What a great photograph, too.
Beautiful.
So sweet. Yeah, that one needs to get blown up and hung on the wall for sure. All right, check out this little smile. This is Gene Johnson's grandson, Maisie Johnson, on his way to date. Oh my God, get out. Come on now.
Cute.
He's on his way to daycare. Thanks to Gene for sending in such an adorable photo.
Oh, such special moments. Just going to daycare, smiling. Those are the kind of moments that we want to see from your family. If you're having fun with your family, your friends, your pets, we want to share in the adventure while staying connected to you.
Please send us a video, picture, or comment to our Virginia This Morning Facebook or Instagram page, or You can email us, Virginia This Morning at wtvr.com. And don't forget, check out our website, virginiathismorning.com.
Okay, so homemade seasonal breads, perfect this time of year. Before you throw out your bananas, you might want to use them in a tasty creation. Check it out.
Hi there, today we're going to be making one of my favorite recipes on my blog. This is going to be my paleo banana nut bread. And what I really love about this bread is how simple it comes together. You probably have the ingredients in your pantry already to make it, along with a few fresh ingredients that are needed. And the best part is it's gluten-free, grain-free, can be made dairy-free, and also refined sugar-free. So I'm going to show you how to make it today. It's pretty simple. One of the first steps that you'll want to do is you're going to want to use 3 overripe bananas, and you're going to want to mash those in a bowl, and they should mash down fairly quickly because they're already a little bit overripe. And I like to cut out any of the dark spots that, you know, are a little rotten in the bananas, but you can use the rest of the bananas. So this is a great recipe that you can use when you've got those bananas, you're about ready to toss them in the trash, and you don't know what to do with them. So we've got our bananas that have been mashed. I'm going to go ahead and set those aside. And I like to use a stand mixer, but of course you can do this all by hand as well. And we've got 3 large eggs that I'm going to go ahead and add into my stand mixer. And I'm using the whisk attachment, so we're just going to turn that on and we're going to beat these eggs. And you don't need to overbeat them just yet because we're going to be adding in quite a few other ingredients to it. And also with the bananas, don't worry if you don't fully mash them, the blender's going to take care of it all for you. And so now we've got our grass-fed butter. And so you can either use grass-fed butter or you can also use coconut oil if you want to make a dairy-free version. I personally like to use grass-fed butter because I think it bakes really well, but it's up to you what you want to use. We're going to go ahead and keep the mixer on while we add in our maple sugar. So this is a 1/4 cup of maple sugar that we're adding. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. We've got 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. And we have 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And we're just going to go ahead and let that fully combine. And sometimes I find that the spices like to just creep up on the side of the mixing bowl, so I like to use a rubber spatula and just kind of push that down. You can even rub it back onto the whisk attachment just so that you can get that combined into the mix of the bread. And once that's mixed together, we're going to go ahead and add in our mashed bananas. And so this is going to take care of any of those last lumps that you had that you weren't quite sure how to get out. So we're going to go ahead and pour that in here. And we'll turn our mixer on right back up again. You can do it at a fairly high speed so that it combines fairly well in there. And once that's mixed, we'll just go ahead and turn that off for a moment, and we're going to go over to our dry ingredients. And so for the flour for this bread, I'm using 1 cup of cassava flour, and this is a very great flour. It's grain-free, also gluten-free, and you can use it 1-to-1 for regular flour. And then we have 1.5 tablespoons of our baking soda, and we have baking powder, and we have our sea salt here that we're going to be adding. And I like to use a whisk, and I just combine that a little bit just to get it fully mixed in. Now, one tip with cassava flour, it tends to create a cloud of cassava flour and go all over your kitchen. So I always like to use this cover on my mixer just to prevent that from, you know, creating a cloud all over your kitchen because it's not fun to clean up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on our mixer slow again. And I'm going to go ahead and dump in our dry mixture. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of cloud action going on, but for the most part, it's keeping it pretty contained and getting our dry ingredients into the mixing bowl, which is where we want them. So we'll go ahead and turn that up. And I want that to fully mix in there. And again, this is where I like to use that tip of, you know, opening up the mixer, using your rubber spatula, pulling everything down off the sides to make sure everything combines as well as possible. So we're going to go ahead and give that one more mix. And our bread is almost done. So now the last step is we're going to get our mixture here, get as much of the ingredients off the whisk as you can, and we're going to fold in our nuts and our chocolate chips. So the chocolate chips are completely optional. If you want to make it more of a dessert, you can obviously add some of those in. If you want to keep it more of a breakfast bread or not so sweet, you can definitely omit the chocolate chips, but we're just going to go ahead and use the rubber spatula and fold those in. And we have our nuts as well, so you have some options. You can either do walnuts that have been chopped down, or you can do hazelnuts. Both work really well in the recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and do hazelnuts today. And that was 1 cup of hazelnuts, and that was half a cup of chocolate chips. So as you can see, our mixture is pretty well combined here. Everything has been folded in. And we're gonna be using a 9x5 loaf pan. And I've greased this with some grass-fed butter. Again, you can use coconut oil if you want to do a dairy-free version as well. And I'm going to go ahead and pour all our ingredients in here. And it can be a little tricky to get everything out. So again, this is where your rubber spatula comes in to really clean off the sides of your bread. And just like that, once you have your ingredients in, I like to give it a good toss, kind of back and forth. You can even use your spatula to try to smooth out the top of it to get the top to be as smooth as possible for when you bake it, and give it one more toss. And that's it, it's ready to go. We're gonna put it in our oven at 350 degrees and it's gonna bake for about 50 minutes. Okay, our bread is out of the oven and I've been letting it cool for about 30 minutes or so, and it's ready to come out of the loaf pan so we can finally taste it. And to get it out, I like to use just a flat butter knife, and you can just scrape along the edges of it just to loosen it and make sure that it's gonna come out easily. And once you've done that, you just need to grab your loaf pan. It pops right out into your hand, and we can set it on a plate and we can dive in and finally taste it. So it obviously tastes the best warm, but you can always warm it up later in the week, and you can put a little bit of butter on it. And as you can see, it slices very easily here. And I'm gonna go ahead and have a taste of it. Mmm, so good. I don't got a bite with a chocolate chip, which is just delicious. So not only does it taste good, but your entire house is gonna smell delicious. You can use this for breakfast, you can eat it as a dessert, whatever you'd like. It's absolutely delicious, and you can find this recipe on my blog at thetrailtohealth.com. You can also find other recipes in my cookbook, Wandering Palate. The favorite bread recipe rivals between this one and my blueberry lemon loaf recipe that is in there. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're staying safe and healthy out there.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
Happy Thursday to you. Welcome back to our live show. Art for the Journey is hosting a special event to help raise funds for their mission to transform lives through art and community engagement.
Here to tell us more all about the organization and the Artful Play Pickleball for Cause event is Lauren Paulin, Director of Youth Programs. Good morning to the art teacher. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
You obviously are an artistic person, and this is your passion, and you teach in schools. You also work a lot with this group, don't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Art for the Journey works with all different kinds of populations. We say we work with people from ages 4 to 104.
Wow, that is a great range. And, you know, tell us a little more about the organization. How can someone out there get connected with you?
Art for the Journey is a Richmond-based nonprofit. We are located at our studio in Midlothian, but we travel around the state providing hands-on art experiences to, like I said, people of all ages. And our mission is transforming lives through art. So we are not your average art teachers. We are using art as a powerful tool for healing. So our goal is to go into places where communities are either marginalized or have limited access to the healing power of art because of barriers like finance or disability, like Alzheimer's or dementia, or experiences like trauma. We work with veterans with PTSD and combat-related trauma.
Beautiful.
We work with incarcerated women and women in recovery. So yeah, lots of places where art can do a lot of good.
So I have a friend who, he and his wife both retired at the same time. I said, well, we got to do something with all this time, and they took an art class, and wow. And it was like, he was a natural all along, had never even thought about it, was one of those people that was a grinder at work and was, you know, workaholic guy. And then when he started, it's like, had a super talent for it. Do you find people that just come in and just naturally have it? And then obviously there's people like me that can't draw a stick man.
Well, you know what's funny? We find people who have a proclivity for it either in terms of a talent or in terms of a feeling. So even you who say you couldn't draw a stick figure, we have a place for you at the art table. There's a place for everyone. And we
I'm the guy that passes the other stuff to the other people.
That's okay too. We always need volunteers. If you would like to come and volunteer with us.
That would be my talent.
We'll have you,
Okay.
happily.
Yeah.
Yeah, but art has the ability to allow you to either take something that's on your mind that's been stressing you out or giving you trouble and either set it aside for an hour or two and focus on what's right in front of you. So it's a very mindful experience. It makes it very present. And you can sort of set aside your worries for a moment. Or you can channel those into your artwork and you can take them out of your head and onto a canvas or a piece of paper.
Channel your worries. Great, because she was talking about the different groups that you help with that.
That is so special. And you brought some examples here of some different pieces. Where did these come from? How are they related to your program?
So these are a couple different pieces related to our upcoming event next week, Artful Play. So the pieces on the easels are by local professional artists around the Richmond area. We will have an exhibit of art and a silent auction at the event. So if you are an art lover, we invite you to come and witness and perhaps take home a beautiful piece of art, such as one of these. And we'll also have art on display by some of our program participants. So this piece in particular is by a 4th grade student at the Anna Julia Cooper School in Richmond's East End, where we work every week to teach classes for kindergarten through 5th grade.
That's pretty good. Well, I'm not. I know nothing, but to me, that's impressive.
The student did a fantastic job. This was a portrait project discussing identity and thinking about our identity as artists and creators.
I just love that. It's so beautiful because this is just really a way to express the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever's on your mind. And it's so therapeutic for a lot of people.
It is, yep. And it gives you a place to have a voice if you feel like you don't have one.
Lauren, where's pickleball come in on this?
Yeah.
Pickleball.
We started about that, yeah.
We're going to have a great time at Artful Play. So every year we have a fundraiser in the fall, and oftentimes it takes the form of a large art exhibit or a more formal gala event. And this year we are hosting our event at Bangers and Dinks in Midlothian. So it's going to have the same festive energy, the same celebration of the healing power of art, but it's also going to have this added component where if you are interested in pickleball, if you are either a player or a curious beginner and you'd like to learn, or you just love a Richmondy event, then we will have open courts for play. We will have group clinics if you'd like to get into pickleball and learn what the craze is about, and then we'll have skills and drills as well as professional exhibition matches. So if you want to see what it's like to watch a professional athlete play a fast-paced game,
learn about it from step one to the people that are really good at it.
Exactly. So
is there going to be art going on there at the same time, or is that off to the side?
It is all in the same place. So the focus of the event is the art and the mission of Art for the Journey, which is transforming lives through art. And then the pickleball is going to be just another added component. We'll also have delicious food. We'll have a bar. You can sip something while you stroll through an art exhibit or before you step onto the court.
At first thought, pickleball and art, very different. But as I've been sitting here talking to you, I'm realizing, I mean, pickleball also brings people together. It is a sport that is for all levels of ability. So it's very similar, and it's an outlet that you can just really find that joy. I know many people who would not play any other sport, but they are pickleball enthusiasts. They are fierce about it, and they will never ever miss their matches because they just enjoy it so much.
All right, Bill's ridiculous question of the day.
Okay.
A pickleball, is it a tennis ball? Or does it look like a tennis ball?
It's a similar size to a tennis ball, but it's a little bit more like a wiffle ball. It's hard plastic. And
it's hard plastic.
Holes in it. There's different ones for indoor.
Oh, like a wiffle.
Courts.
Oh, okay. I thought if it was like a tennis ball, we could use that and dip it in paint and paint with, but.
I'm sure you still could.
Well, no, that won't work.
That will be your art project at the event.
You dip it in paint and then hit it and see what happens.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, Lauren. It was so great to talk with you this morning.
Thanks so much.
Art for the Journey presents Artful Play, Pickleball for a Cause, happening Thursday, November 14th from 5:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. at Bangers and Dinks Indoor Pickleball in Richmond.
For more information, visit our show website at virginiathismorning.com. Virginia This Morning returns after a real quick break.
Welcome back to our live Thursday edition of Virginia This Morning. Puritan Cleaners is once again holding its Coats for Kids project, collecting, cleaning, and repairing donated coats as necessary, then turning them over to the Salvation Army to distribute to Central Virginia families who need them. Since 1988, this campaign has collected a total of about 500,000 coats. Now here's where you come in. Have fun while dropping off coats of all sizes, though they really do need children's sizes this year. Join us this Saturday, November 9th at the ballpark warming party at the Diamond, co-hosted by CBS 6 and the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Stop by from 11 to 1 p.m. to drop off coats and enjoy live music, food, monster trucks, some bounce houses for the kids. Have a great time out there. You can head to the Puritan Cleaners website for more information.
This segment is sponsored by Plexiderm.
I know a lot of our viewers have taken the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge over the years to shrink your under eye bags and wrinkles from view. And if you haven't given it a try, well, our friend, lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us about the new $14.95 Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Good to see you, my friend.
Oh, so happy to be here, Bill. I love seeing you guys, and you know I love Virginia as much as I love the Plexiderm, because if you were to see me without this, you wouldn't believe the difference.
Oh, you know what? It's interesting because we've been talking for years about this, and now we're seeing, you know, other folks trying to imitate what you guys have done over the years. Can we go through it and show us some pictures, because it really does tell a great story?
Yes, I love these before and afters, because these are the results you can expect to see. They're real people. We brought them in, set up the camera, and basically filmed them doing it and took pictures of their before and afters. Now, what this is it's a simple serum you do in the convenience and privacy of your own home. Thank God, because I don't like injections. It takes 10 minutes and then lasts up to 10 hours as long as you don't get it wet. Makes you look more youthful, more refreshed, and like you had the best sleep of your life.
It really does make a big difference. And of course, we're seeing both men and women in those pictures. And years ago, I remember when we first started talking about this, it was kind of like, oh yeah, men can do this too. Now it's like, yeah, men can do this too. It's really caught on.
Well, this is the thing. Men want to look good and feel good. And the thing about Plexiderm, no residue, goes on completely natural. Nobody is going to know you're using it, but it works. So my dad gave it a try. He loves trying new products. He loves it because nothing gets rid of those under eye bags, especially makeup. It makes them look worse. My husband does a lot of camera work, so he'll run and grab the Plexiderm. The thing is what it does is it creates an invisible layer that tightens and smooths the skin right before your eyes. So it disappears, and the fact that it lasts up to 10 hours, you look like a youthful version of yourself.
All right, so you said one key phrase there when you were talking. You said it works, and I know you've had some studies to kind of back that up.
Yes, 2 studies, one on the effectiveness and one on how long it lasted. They saw an 80% reduction around the eye area. That is the top #1 reason why people use Plexiderm. They saw a 74% reduction around the mouth area and an 85% reduction around the forehead area. That's where I use it. I use it for my forehead lines and my dark circles. I had done an internet search how to get rid of those forehead lines. It said pretty much by injection only, but I think you need to give Plexiderm a try first. And how long it lasted? 10 hours, as long as you don't get it wet.
One of my key sayings I've said all my life since I was very young was, keep smiling. Well, I have. And then we've got this stuff going on. So there's a price to pay for that. And Plexiderm works great on that as well.
Absolutely. Plexiderm works on all areas of the face and the chin, mouth, and neck area as well, which you think about it, a lot of times our face doesn't have too many fine lines and wrinkles, but you look at our neck and that really shows our age. Well, good news, Plexiderm works there too.
And at the end of the day, it just washes right off.
Yes, easy to put on, easy to take off. This is Laura that you'll be seeing. She's one of my favorites. These are the results you can expect to see. And let me tell you, if it's the first time you're applying it, take a before and after picture, watch it happen. It's 10 minutes. I am telling you, it is going to make you speechless. To this day, I never get used to the transformations. They're so amazing to see.
Always good seeing our friend Annette. And thank you for giving us this great information. And we're going to give the folks some information now and then. All right, folks, let's give you, the listener, a chance to try Plexiderm and take the 10-minute challenge today. You can try Plexiderm for just $14.95. Plus, shipping is free by visiting plexidermtrial.com or call the number on the screen again. Go to plexiderm.com or call 1-800-925-0233 and stick around. Virginia This Morning returns right after this. Welcome back to our live show. Time to wrap things up and share a few final thoughts, though. A big thank you to all our guests today. And most importantly, as always, thank you for watching.
It was a really great show today. We had an opportunity to find out how we'll be celebrating Veterans Day.
Yep.
An event that involves art and pickleball. So you gotta love that, and a couple of recipes too to try out.
Absolutely, very good. And we learned today is National Men Fixed Dinner Day.
Yeah, so men, now's your chance to go grocery shopping and get it started for later today.
In the prepared food section.
Men prepare dinner today. That I think
Put it in the microwave.
I have to say too, tomorrow on our show we will have there is a brand new exhibition at the Science Museum of Virginia called Math Alive. I had a chance to go out there and see it, and it is so cool because even though we have been professional communicators, broadcasters for a very long time, math is all around us. So it's a really cool way to see how math is everywhere in everything that we do.
I always have people that kids that take up music. I went, are you good in math?
Yeah, I mean,
music is math.
Very connected.
Yeah, definitely. Math's and everything, as we say. Now, some of that algebra that I took and didn't do well in, I still haven't used it.
Well, yeah, I mean, calculus and me, but you know, this exhibition will make you like math and have a new appreciation.
We subtract all the time we had for today because we're out of it. The show's almost over, but again, one big thank you for watching.
The fun begins tomorrow at 8:56 a.m. We hope to see you then. Enjoy a terrific Thursday.
You bet.